So here we go. We're gonna start by marinating our beef skewers today.
We are cooking recipes from Dinner Time Live.
Do that all over again?
Yeah, it's a new episode, buddy. It's a new video.
We're making recipes, episode 14, Dinner Time Live.
That's not anything what we're doing. I try to give Andrew the chance to do the intro. He doesn't get the right yet. We are making some recipes from Dinner Time Live, our show on Netflix. Today we are doing I caught what you got. We're making more recipes from episode 115, our steak and sensibility episode, inspired by the Vietnamese 7 courses of beef. Lemongrass beef skewers.
So we got about a pound of skirt steak here, and we want our end result to be pretty thin. I'm gonna use this half right here, and then I'm gonna butterfly it right down the middle, carefully. And hopefully by the time this is all done, we're gonna end up with this almost like little ribbons of beef. Next thing, we're gonna pound it out a little bit. I like to take a folded over double thickness piece of plastic wrap to protect myself from getting meat everywhere. We're not just going like straight down, we're kind of pushing as we do it. I think we're pretty good here. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I like it. All right, so this is our skirt and then the marinade. Here are your ingredients, sir.
Yeah.
I also noticed that you had pre-soaked these skewers.
I sure did.
Because if not, they will burn and catch fire when they're cooking, right?
Yeah, and the other thing is it might get some splintering in there. Which
Got it.
Nobody wants that. You can get 3 out of each side, I think. Those aren't the most even cuts, but we're gonna go with that.
These were pretty freaking delicious. I was into these things.
You liked them?
And I was always just kind of watching them being like, don't eat all those.
All right, so we got our little ribbons here. And then we'll come back and finish our marinade.
Cilantro, scallion whites, ginger, lime, garlic.
So we're just gonna chop all these things up, basically. You wanna start with the ginger?
Give me the ginger. You know what he did right there? He picked the most annoying one.
For this, I don't think it's necessary. A lot of people will tell you you have to bang it up or smash it to kind of bring out the aromatics, but we're chopping this so fine. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference.
Yeah, I don't think you need to smash it if you're gonna slice it into tiny bits anyway.
Some people like to say it wakes it up, but.
Are you just doing the fat end? Are you leaving the skinny end or using the whole thing?
For this, I'm just gonna do the fat end. I think that's gonna be enough. You know, it all depends on how much beef you have to marinate.
You know what's always surprising to me? I think of lemongrass as kind of a specialty ingredient. I'm always amazed that like you can find it in most grocery stores. Because I'm always just like, who's buying all this lemongrass?
We got lemongrass, ginger, garlic, and scallion whites.
What's our wet stuff? We got soy, fish sauce, agave, and lime.
There's quite a bit of sugar in this, right? It's such a thin piece of meat and you really want to pick up that char pretty quickly. So I skipped the oil. The sugar in the marinade is making contact on the grill, and that's fast caramelization right there. I think any oil might slow it down just a little bit too much, but
Wow.
start with our soy sauce. It's quite a bit.
We use a lot of agave in here, Dave's preferred thing, mostly because it's pretty pure sweet. It's not like honey where there's other flavors to it or molasses or any other liquid thing. And also it's just easier to just pour liquid sugar in and be able to taste it immediately than to
having to spend time stirring it and trying to get it to dissolve. You wanna do the lime? I'll do the lime.
You can each do half.
Okay.
But you don't want to.
At the same time. Ooh, that's a lot of soy.
That's a lot of soy. Need some sugar. You know, it tastes like a perfect soup.
A soy soup?
Just a big cold glass of that on a hot summer day.
Do you think we should add a little more lime now?
There we go. I don't think we have that option anymore. There you go. Yeah. All right. Delightful.
So you want to just make sure it's covering all the surfaces of the beef.
We actually have, these are cilantro stems.
Yes.
Another favorite Majordomo ingredient.
Yes.
Just hanging out in the fridge.
So we're just going to slice these really fine like this and put them in our marinade.
We're back. So last we left off, these were marinating.
They sure were. And it's been, what, about over an hour now? But I think we're in a good place here. It's a little big, but we're going to work with that. So we want to do kind of a ribbon, what would you call that?
Rolling with the homies.
Yeah, one of those.
Jerry, can you do this? Rolling with the homies.
So actually, before we even get to that, an important thing is the way we cut it and the way we're skewering it. Skirt steak can be very chewy if you don't do this right. So you can see the grains going this way towards me, kind of, and we're gonna skewer it so it's going the opposite direction. So yeah, go down and then pull it back up. I don't know, it's an accordion style. I'm going, it's like kind of like you're sewing, you're hemming your pants, you know?
That's exactly how I have my pants. I go down, I pull it back up, I go down.
I've never
down. Yeah, why would you tell them it's like hemming your pants? What is this like? Is there anything like this? I think it's rolling with the homies is your only analogy.
Rolling with the homies.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then this one I ended up, it's kind of tight.
Bunching up.
Spread it out a
If you do the bunch up, you could end up with like a little medium rare in there.
You could.
You can get a little char.
You want to try one, Chris?
So it was like when my pants, it's in and then out, up and then down. All right, this is gonna be a bunchy.
I saved some of these scallion tops here that I have. If you remember, we used the whites in the marinade. And then I got some tops here, and we're just gonna slice those.
That pan is ripping hot now.
It sure is. I could see some smoke coming off of it.
Get grilling.
Yes, sir.
I'll be chilling. I'll do the chilling, you do the grilling.
Sounds good.
So that was a bunchy.
Just trying to leave a little space in between them. You don't want to overcrowd it. You want to keep it nice and hot, right?
We always talk about like, whatever, you can crowd the pan when you're making a braise or whatever. But like for this, no, because you need char. And as soon as the pan temperature drops too much, you're not gonna get it.
So I think one thing that's important, because there's no oil in this, right? You would think that would make our meat stick. Give it a little tug. If it wants to stick still, don't flip it. Just let it cook until it comes right off like that. Otherwise, you're gonna end up, all that great char is gonna end up stuck to the pan and not on your meat. See all that? That's the sugar in the marinade.
But that what you just said is just like, sometimes if it's sticking,
Like this
it's
guy
just
right here.
sticking for now.
Yeah, this guy right here is a good example. It's sticking on there, see? It's gonna let it do its thing. And when it's ready to be flipped, it's gonna let me.
The meat will tell you when it wants to be flipped. I don't know if it's okay to tell people this or not, but this is a jar of Thai bird chilies that Dave pickled like 10 months ago. But these are insanely delicious. I'm gonna mince this, most of a clove of garlic. You could just use fresh Thai bird chilies for this too, or no chilies, or chili flakes or whatever, but this is just the literal sauce we made for the show. Well, now I'm gonna take these lime wedges back.
While he's finishing that, I got these scallion tops here, and I got some lime here. Squeeze these right on the top, fresh off the grill, right? Boom. And we'll do some of that fresh scallion on there.
Maybe equal parts fish sauce and lime juice, more or less. A little sugar, and then a little water. That's pretty good.
We got our skirt steak here. This grain, we want to cut against it here. So the grain's running that way, I'm going this way. What is that? That's a solid medium.
It's a medium. 3 different approaches. On the show is a lemongrass beef skewer as part of our steak and sensibility menu. This marinade was, your concoction, I think, delightfully
Universal
versatile.
marinade.
Which one are you most interested in trying?
I want to try these bunchies.
I also want to try a bunchy.
I think you get the option here with the flat guys. It's going to be obviously more well done, and then these bunchies are going to
I'll try bunchy.
hopefully lead to something a little more juicy. It's nice. Probably could have gone a little lighter on the soy sauce for sure, but
That's like an hour's worth of marinade. It's like, does the job.
it's chewy.
But I like it. It's supposed to be that. It's not supposed to be super flavorful. It's got good chew. Keep on watching. Watch the show. Very excited for you all to be seeing that. And we'll keep on doing this.
Smash that like button.
Yes!